Hi, I'm Benjamin, the UK's most hated sales trainers. So in this series, we've been, I often get contacted by people saying, have you seen this person? Have you watched this video? What do you think of this particular sales technique? So what we decided to do, me and my producer, Mark, of Red Book Productions, we decided that we would goggle box, I suppose, film me watching clips on YouTube that I've never seen before. So Mark chooses them at random, or he chooses them for a particular angle he wants to go for these films. And I know, because I can see it up on the screen, that this one's about live cold calling. So why this one though? There's plenty out there.
So I picked this because I searched live cold calling on YouTube and it came up as the #1 video. So that's
The number one?
Number one, that's the only reason why I chose it.
Higher than mine.
Yours was number 6.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
I don't know why I bother with all this stuff. So before we move on, a couple of things. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you put below in the comments, I'm no sales mug, you go into the chance to win one of these. Every week I will be choosing someone to get to win a mug. Throughout this program, I'll be picking up and pretending to drink. It's called product placement. There is nothing in it.
You gotta make some trouble now to give me something I can cry about.
So this is a guy called Brian Casella.
Brian Casella.
It's got 150,000 views.
You must be
posted
good.
in
The
December
shirt, though,
2016.
it's hypnotic.
So it's about 3 years old.
3 years old. Okay, he looks serious.
Live call today. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. This is another expired. It's going to be cool.
Hello.
Hello, I'm looking for Kyle.
Yeah, this is Kyle.
Hey Kyle, my name is Brian. I'm a local real estate agent. I was calling about your house for sale. I saw that it came off the market last night, and I was calling to see what your plans are for getting it back on the market and getting it sold.
How did you get my number?
Well, your number is public information, Kyle, and I'm not allowed to call you until you're out of contract with your previous realtor. So I wanted to call you first thing this morning and see what your plans are for the sale of the house.
We're actually going to be holding off.
He looks very nervous.
Okay.
Look at him.
Yeah,
you
I
can
would
see
feel the
he's
same
really
way after
nervous, which
being
is
on the
weird.
market
All
for
he's doing
6
is
months.
phoning someone.
Kyle, were you guys getting any activity on the home while it was on the market?
Yes. We were
He's
getting
rubbing his heart.
showings, but we had no offers.
Okay, so you had a lot of showings and not offers. Was your agent giving you any feedback as to why that was happening?
Well, one of the things that he had mentioned was that many people were complaining about the main road on the side of the house. So it just that was just something that came up quite a bit.
Yeah, I guess to some buyers that could be a concern. How did you end up choosing this agent that you had?
Well, he was actually a friend's friend from my company.
I just read one of the comments.
Yeah.
It's something I noticed as well. He said he came in with a low voice to match the tone of the prospect.
Yeah.
So he did the voice at the start and then his voice
I noticed
changed
it was
afterwards.
deeper. Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I like the fact that you just asked for Kyle. I think it was. There was no hi. Never be a happy salesman. Nothing more depressing.
Chicago, and that's where I was born, and ideally that's where I would like to go back to.
Okay, wow. So you were born there and you have family there. Got it. And when you originally put the home for sale, what was the time frame to be in Chicago with your family?
His questions are all right. I think I can see where he's going. Remember, the purpose of the call is to move someone from intellect to emotion.
You're right about him looking nervous though.
He does look very nervous.
Right. Now, it sounds like you guys do still want to sell the property, right?
I mean, I would like to be in Chicago right now, but it seems that it's a little bit hard right now. So I just, especially with the holidays.
He does. It looks like he's going to throw up. He looks really... He's keeping composed, even though he's freaking out.
Is it just because of the holidays
Good, fair question. A little bit of a sigh there from the prospect, which means it might be moving into emotion now. It's a physical reaction.
Already, it just lagged, and the with all the holidays that are happening right now, I've just been trying to take care of my family here. It's just
How long does this go for?
So it's 11 minutes again, and we're about 4 minutes in.
So it sounds to me like you're being stretched a little bit too thin, is that right?
What's your thoughts on that?
you say that, yeah, and a little something like that, yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to see where he's going.
To selling now versus waiting, would you want to know about that?
I mean, he's asking pretty reasonable questions.
What do you think about the way he's asking it?
Biggest closing months are in real estate.
Not really.
He's asking questions which are forcing the prospect to think, which is good.
People like to relocate, but
And he's not vomiting. He hasn't started talking about himself yet. Yeah, you see? So it's all questions. So I'll give him credit. He is asking questions.
I have no idea.
December. Did you know that?
I did not.
Right. Now, just like you also said that you want to wait until after the holidays, I talk to dozens of people every day, Kyle, and they tell me the same thing. So if there's more homes for sale after the new year when you put it on, do you think that's going to affect the price of your home positively?
Good question. So this guy isn't so bad, actually. Nervous, but not. But I see where he's going. I see where he's going.
Because there's going to be less homes for buyers to choose from. And, if we could get together and share with you a plan that could get you guys to Chicago sooner rather than later, is that
So he's tied in the personal motivation. And the way he said, if we could get together and do a plan. So I quite like that. So that's kind of where I say, well, let's pretend we sat down with you, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's good. I'm liking this so far.
A second shot before I do anything. I mean, you sound really good on the phone. I mean, I'm actually surprised that I'm talking to you this long because I've been telling people just to, get the hell out.
Yeah, because he's done no vomiting. So he gets 10 out of 10 for not talking about himself. Take note, anyone. This is good so far.
Probably just give him a second chance, and then maybe.
I want to know what's in that drink. He drinks it a lot. What do you reckon? It's vodka? Rum? It looks like he's somewhere summery. It's got to be a daiquiri.
your friend or your friend's friend had 6 months to
Or
get
it could be
the
juice.
home sold, and for whatever reason, your goals and his goals weren't accomplished,
He's
correct?
calmed down a bit, too. Yeah.
What I would be wondering is this: what new strategies is he going to use in the next 6 months?
Now he's chipping away at the existing. Realtor.
Is that a good strategy?
It is good. He's sowing seeds of doubt through questions. So far, this guy's approach is right. He's asking
And
questions.
saying that he needs to work harder, otherwise I'm going to give him the business to somebody else.
So I am impressed so
I
far.
would maybe see. I want to keep the relationship going in the sense that
I want to keep the relationship going. How's he going to reverse this? It's going to be interesting.
tell him, hey, you need to sell, otherwise I'm going to give the business to somebody else. I think
Right.
that might motivate him to work harder.
So we're going down the loyalty line here with the prospect.
He's a friend. I don't want to tamper with that. So that's the only thing I could see him do.
So he's just put up on the screen, never argue, just offer a new perspective. And he's right. One of the things salespeople do badly is they start fighting with someone or trying to convince them they're wrong. You're going to lose.
Kyle, it would just be a conversation. That way you can compare apples with apples.
I would say something like, that makes perfect sense. I hear that a lot. I understand. Nurturingly, I deal with the objection.
For certain that this time you're making the right decision, but not only for you, but for the sake of your family, so you guys can actually be in Chicago versus be here and continuously get calls and then be kind of stressed out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a little bit of sense.
because I don't know his world or market 100%, what I can't fault is he's just asked questions, and that's good. I'm just hoping he knows where he's going with the questions, and I think he may.
Yeah.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll text you my website, and in the meantime, why don't we do this? I know, if you
This is where we kind of...
and give him another shot. I respect that. I honestly appreciate your loyalty. What I would suggest is that you and your wife meet with myself and my team just for 10 or 15 minutes, just to explore another option. Because if in fact you found
what
out,
happens. Will the guy say yes or no?
myself and my team could get you not only a better result, but get you
to a bit of vomiting here. It always happens. And this is the sell bit.
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I propose. Kyle, let me text you right now. I'm going to text you right now my website so you can check it out. Why don't we pencil something in for either later this week or this weekend? That way you have time to go run it by your wife, and then we can reconnect in a day or so and see if we're still on. Fair enough?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay,
Do that.
perfect. I'm looking at my calendar here. I have...
Okay, so... Why don't I finish this and I'll come back.
Better for you guys.
I think Thursday at 5:30, but it would probably have to be. Is there any chance you can do maybe 6:30 on that day?
Let me look. Yes, we can do 6:30. So we're 2 days out. Let me give you a call tomorrow around noon to confirm, and we'll take it from there. Okay?
Or should we stop it so we can talk? Okay, so again, one of the problems with a prospecting call is when you basically slightly twist the arm of the prospect to the next step. Because what happens is in the moment under pressure, it's amazing how people give in. One of the reasons why the police have to read you your rights and tell you don't have to say anything is because under pressure, under questioning, people tend to want to give the right answer. And this is a guy who you can tell doesn't really want to commit to this next step. But he also knows that the easiest and quickest way to get rid of the sales guy is probably to go along with it. What'll happen is when he hangs up, he has no now commitment to the guy to see that through. He can hang up and say 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or even forget about it. He will not feel obligated to take the further appointment or the further call because he's been strong-armed into it. Very subtly, I mean, it's not a hard sell, but at the end of the day, a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. As soon as that phone call's hung up, if he doesn't get this guy to say, no, actually, I do want to take this call, I think this is probably in my interest, the chances of back out are high. And that is the problem with a lot of salespeople. They just want to do enough to get over the line. I want to get over the line, beyond the line. I want the person saying would be, no, you're right, I should take this call. So it'd be interesting to see if the rest of this video, it cuts back to him following up this guy. We don't know, we're going to find out.
A couple of things I picked up on were, he's got a few excuses to get out of it. So he's got his wife he's got to go back to talk to.
Yeah.
He's got the time between now and then to talk to. Yeah. Also, he asked the guy who was calling, I can't do that time, can you do this time? And pretty quickly he was in, oh yes, I can do that time.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? And
well, the wife one is a big one. When I meet with business owners, either face to face or on a phone call, but one of the first things you have to ask is, well, why would your wife want to do this? Or you need to dig around that because the wife has far more influence over whether or not this call is going to take place than this guy or this conversation. And what he does, he kind of just dismisses that. I would say to him something like along the line, well, I can appreciate you don't want to. Let me ask you a question. When you chatted with your wife about the fact that the house hadn't sold and blah, 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 I mean, what do you think she's going to say if you said you've been talking to me and that you think we should have a follow-up conversation? I want him to start having a conversation with me about what he thinks his wife's going to say, because then I can start prepping that conversation. So I think you're quite right. He moves away from that quickly. What was the other thing you said? It was about, he very easily changed time. He should have been a bit more reluctant, did a bit more pushback on that, because what it says is, I really do want to need you. Never show desperation. I don't care how hungry, poor, or starving you are in the cell. You never, ever let on that you need it. Because you don't need it. That's a mindset. You like it, but I don't need it. So, yeah. All right, let's see what happens.
We've got about a minute left.
And all my other information right now, so you have it handy, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, we'll talk soon, Kyle. Bye-bye.
All right.
So that was an expired. So, man, that one went a little bit longer than I thought, but sometimes you have to almost like massage them into meeting with you. I'm just saying, hey, I'm a second opinion. He was kind of easy. I mean, I've had tougher, but that's just the way it goes. You just want to stick with it. You want to continuously keep moving forward.
One is left, though, feeling that the guy on the other end of the phone hadn't bought in, which means the odds of this taking place are probably slim.
In the description below, I put a link to my products section on my website. I have an
So,
expired history that I just released.
Yeah, we can finish now. So he gets good marks for questions. He asked a lot of questions. He asked some pretty good questions. I'm not sure if he knew exactly where he was going, because right at the end, we just kicked into begging. It's ever so subtle, but the moment you start begging, the moment you let them know you need them more than they need you, and you could sense that the guy on the phone, I suspect that next meeting never took place. I don't know if there's a follow-up video, but assuming there isn't, I don't think that took place. I could be wrong, and the guy may have decided he met, but if my gut was saying, is that a predictable way to make calls successfully every time? No, I wouldn't want to do it that way, but I do admire the questions he asked.
Okay, that's interesting. So mark out of 10?
I am going to get mark out of 10. I'm going to give him 7. Because I think the questions were good. I'm just not sure if he knew where he was going exactly. And he ruined it at the end. The beggy, vomity, sell bit. That I never want to ask for the appointment. I want the prospect to surrender. And I normally end my call on, so, well, look, let's pretend, and I'm not saying I can help you, but let's pretend you believed I have a solution that could fix your problem. And you thought that if we met, that I could fix your problem. What would you want to do? And then most people say, well, yeah, I'd probably want to meet. Okay, so have you got your diary there? That's it. I go straight in with it. I want them to ask me to meet. And that's how I do it. Again, I give this guy full marks for great questions, but I think he lost it at the end. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that video, folks. Thank you. Oh, one last product placement.